boom shakalaka time. It's Friday.
That is so right and so true. It is boom shakalaka time. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Miss Rocki and Chaveevah Live because there's always something good happening on the North End. And today we have the really, really great people here to show off. We got Sheritta Stokes here. Thank you so much for joining us, Sheritta. All right. And the ever popular Quenton Richardson, Big Q. Thank you, Big Q, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so this is kind of a strange incident that Chaveevah is not joining us today, but I know that we got plenty of things that we can cover. She has a lot of explaining to do, but everybody needs a day off from time to time, so we got to go ahead and give her a break and send her our love. And also today is the day that Mayor Hart joins us normally. But if anybody saw did you guys see his Facebook post?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, he's asking for, thoughts and prayers because he's having some
Prayers.
type. Right. We love our mayor.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's asking for prayers. He's having some type of procedure. So please, everyone, wish him well. Also, I saw today that my dear friend Joyce Wilder laid her mother to rest. And so, there are always people grieving, in the community. Sometimes we just like to let them know that we wrap our arms around you and certainly keeping you in prayer, Joyce, and your entire family. So know that. All right. Now, on a happier note, it's Friday. Hey, what y'all got going on? What's up? What's up, Sheritta? What y'all doing? What you doing this weekend? You got any plans?
I don't have any plans this weekend, just enjoying my day off. We had conferences this week for school. So shout out to all the parents who showed up for conferences or called or virtual. We as teachers appreciate all of you for participating.
That's right. That's right. And I didn't even give you a proper introduction. You are a third grade teacher at Cunningham,
Yes.
and thank you first of all for all you do. We don't get to say thank you enough. So thank you. Yes. And Big Q, what do you got going on for the weekend? You said it's been a long week.
Yeah, it's been a long week. I'm hanging with Sheritta. Sheritta, you coming through later or what? You gonna come to the store and hang out?
And
You ain't messing with us.
I'm not messing with you. I'm gonna come down for 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. Don't make me call you, but
And it's only gonna be 5 minutes.
okay, cool. I'm gonna hold you to that. This weekend I'm working. I work here. I do about 40 hours here at my job, and then I work Friday and Saturdays at the store. So as soon as I get off at 4:30, straight to the store to about 9 or 10, then tomorrow 12 to 9, and Sunday will be my rest day. So nothing major, just hanging out at the store.
Well, good. It sounds like you've got your days filled quite up well now with your new job. How is that going, Q? Can you tell us a little bit about, are you loving it?
I do love it. I do love it. I work with students all day. I've been working with students all day today. I do advising. I supervise a lab. I supervise 33 student employees that's up underneath me. So basically, I supervise a biochem lab as well as a peer learning lab, which houses our writing and math lab. And I have 33 wonderful employees that work for me. So I have to do my role with them is training, payroll, hiring, just different things like that, just overall supervisory position. And then that's half of my job description. The other half is working with multicultural students, advising, and just trying to help them have a comfortable environment here at Warburg and make sure their voice is heard and they get all the things that they need to be successful students. So I play a lot of roles. It's a lot of roles here, and I'm learning that as I go. It's plenty of jobs. Each person has many hats here. I'll just say that.
Well, yeah, I guess so. And you know what? You're the right person for the job. You're so personable, very approachable, because a lot of guys that have your stature and presence can be hard to approach. But the first time I met you, it's just like you're just so easy to talk to. And I feel like everybody, like Sheritta said, that's my brother. I feel like everybody feels like your brother. Now, y'all not biological, are you?
Might
I mean,
as
we
well
are.
be. Might as well be.
Okay.
We got over we got about
fight
20,
like we are.
25 years in. We about 20, 25 years. Yeah, we can say that.
Yeah, we go way, way, way.
Okay,
Way
all
back.
right. Well, listen. All right, I hear you. So listen, our viewers know every Friday this month that Big Q is giving love advice, Sheritta. So you know that, right? He's gonna tell us about his opinion, his opinion on these love questions. Because February is Love Month, it's also the Heart Month. In fact, we have a doctor on the show next week. Um,
Oh.
so we're talking about issues of the heart, love, if you will. So I guess our question is today, and you already said you all the stuff you're doing this weekend. I didn't hear nothing about no love situation, but Valentine's Day is over. So what is the method to carry on after Valentine? All the romance is gone from last weekend. Now here we go into a new weekend. How should a person express and keep that love alive after Valentine's Day?
Keep the same energy. after after all they had to do, waiting at Tokyo's for 2 hours to get a meal and all that, you want them to keep the same energy after all that? Boy, you got some tough questions. You've been coming at me hard with these questions. That's a good one.
Okay.
But can I make one suggestion since Precious is gone? Could say, and she's on here laughing. Could you make sure that the second question you have, you ask her, and since Precious isn't here because she thinks it's a game down there.
She is.
Really?
Oh, you're watching it. Okay,
No.
see, that's what
I can see her.
You gotta get it on the tablet.
I'm gonna start calling you Dr.
See, why
Love.
did she not even
That's
show
all.
on the show then?
So anyway, keep it.
Precious,
I mean, I'm not gonna.
If Precious got time to.
No,
Precious isn't coming. She's not in this week. That's why I say since Sheritta's here and she thinks it's funny, why don't we let her take Precious' role today then? But let me answer my question first.
Dr. Love, I'm here for your advice.
I'm just gonna say this right here, and this is being perfectly honest. It's hard to keep the same energy because everybody, like I said, I went out with my daughter for Valentine's Day and we waited at Tokyo's 2 hours. I can only imagine what other people did looking for gifts and trying to do different things like that. But I think that's the issue with relationships is just keeping the flame going, keeping it hot after you've been with somebody for so many years. And that's just one of those questions that is more related to that individual couple. Everybody is going to have different things that they need to do personally in their relationship. So I'm going to have to say the Dr. Big Q, the Dr. Love, that's one question that I don't have the answer to unless I was answering it for a situation that I was personally in.
Sure. What do you think about that, Sheritta? He's a little bit too honest, isn't he? He's not gonna tell you no lie, is what he's saying. I can't talk for everybody.
I can't talk for everybody.
Right.
Tell me what you think, Sheritta. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Every situation is different. But you know that old saying, do the same things that you did to get them to keep them. So
didn't we talk about that last week? We just talked about that last week.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, Valentine's
we
Day
did.
is cool.
We certainly did.
Everybody go out, spend a lot of money, and then the rest of the year is like, well, are you still doing this? I mean, we like flowers more than just on Valentine's Day and different things like that. So sometimes you can just randomly do stuff instead of waiting for a commercialized holiday to do it to keep those things going.
Right.
Can we get a couple weeks though to get our bread back up, to get our money back up after?
Yeah, you can wait. Like you can send some green roses for St. Patrick's Day if you want to wait to the next holiday, but just random. You can do some things every once in a while. It doesn't have to be all the time.
You know what? And I agree
price.
with that. I agree with that because when I roll by Flower Rama, now the price, you know how the prices of roses go down drastically after Valentine. So they're $100 a dozen for Valentine's Day. Now they're back to $9.99. So maybe you're right. Maybe I can't keep the same energy and show up with a couple dozen.
Well, you know, one thing to keep the romance going for the new year, for the after Valentine's Day, is to get your honey a copy of what? The SoulTown. Seriously, why wouldn't you subscribe her? Right?
Why wouldn't you do that?
Exactly.
And you might could get the most popular issue they ever came out with in the history of the magazine, which happens to be last February, a Valentine's Day issue.
Right? Exactly. Get that one, right? From the most modest man in the world, Big Q. And you can get his advice in the SoulTownMagazine.com and get your copy today. Well, Big Q, I tell you what, Travis is supposed to be on our show today. I was so looking forward to you and him being on the show together. I don't think you've ever met. And he's supposed to be answering some real estate questions today, but I don't know where he is. I can't understand it. So
we got some absent. We don't have everybody today on the show. I'm not used to this.
I know. Just hold on. I'm sending him a text just because I think he doesn't know the link. You know, things like that. This modern technology is just crazy. But some other things we got to talk about is today is hype. Do you have to go, Quenton?
No, I'm gonna hang around.
You said you was hanging with us till 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's how long we have. All right. So the other thing we want to talk about is today is High Five Friday. Now, Sheritta, I know you're a school teacher at Cunningham, but do you know my daughter Chastity has the Royal Legacy Christian Academy? Have you heard about that?
Yeah. Yes, I have. Yeah.
So every Friday you can give $5 or more, of course, to Royal Legacy Christian Academy. So we want to make sure that we shout them out every Friday. So you donate $5 any Friday or any day, and you go to Cash App them at $RLCA Waterloo or PayPal at rlcawaterloo.org/support. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with their school, but it is an amazing love effort. I mean, those women, it's so refreshing to see those young mothers. They carry their babies to school and teach a Spanish class, or walk the kids to the bathroom, or you know what I'm saying? It's just a family environment, and they're able to do it safely with only 24 kids in the school right now. They're all being taken all the precautions and everything. And so they can always use your support. So make sure you donate to them.
Okay.
And be blessed.
And 24 would be nice. I have 21 students in my class right now.
Oh my goodness. How many?
21. I started off with 15, but when students came back from virtual, I ended up with 21. I am still able to have my desks at 6 feet apart and social distance. A lot of us had to move teacher desks, move tables out the classroom to spread the desk out, and the kids have desk shields and plenty of Clorox wipes.
I bet. And Sheritta, that had to be quite an undertaking. And so they're actually in school. What is the schedule?
We at Cunningham, the kids, we start at 7:45, so they're there from 7:45 to 2:40 every day. And they have to eat breakfast in the classroom, lunch in the classroom, to cut down, to keep so many kids from being in the cafeteria and in the hallways at different times. So it's just kind of like being quarantined at home. You're in your classroom all day. Then within the classroom, they're in pods. So you are only interacting with your pod of friends in the
every
different
day.
Every day. I can say the school, I mean, we take extra precautions to keep COVID from spreading and different things. It's different for the students. They've adjusted well though. Like
Okay.
kindergartners wear masks. I work teach third grade. I
That's
barely have to say anything about masks to the kids. They have their desk shields, so each kid is isolated from the next kid. So it's lots of hand washing, hand sanitizer every time we go in and out the classroom. So it's not too bad.
Have you had any outbreaks at all for the
No,
staff or the students?
no, actually, Cunningham, we've been pretty blessed this year not to have any outbreaks, noticeable outbreaks, I would say. I can't 100% say
Wow,
that
yeah.
there's been
Um,
zero cases, but we haven't like been missing tons of staff or tons of kids or anything like that.
yeah,
There have been
yeah.
some students who've had family members and
Mm.
quarantine because of family members, but not necessarily themselves.
How about you,
So
Q? How's the college? I know you're being safe, but I mean, how safe can you be with grown folks?
Yeah, I've been COVID free. I might be what they call it, ASIP. What do they call the one where you don't get it or you don't
asymptomatic.
Right,
have it?
asymptomatic, yeah.
Yeah, it must be because I done definitely threw the dice on the table and probably been in some places I wasn't supposed to be at. But I'm keeping it pretty safe. And the school's great. Like they've definitely changed the whole way. I think you and I as well. You and I, Warburg, Hawkeye, they've changed the whole format of the way that they're doing things. Class sizes are smaller so that they can spread students out more. We're doing a lot of Zooming, obviously, like we're doing now.
Sure.
So most of my
Right,
meetings, a lot of my meetings during the day are through Zoom, and I might be Zooming with somebody that's in the office right next door to me, but it's just what we do
right.
now. So we're pretty safe here.
Okay. Well, one other thing I wanted to ask to you, both of you that are educators and educated, um, about this 1619 project. I know that Nicole is a good friend of yours. In fact, we talked about having her on. What are your thoughts, starting with you, Sheritta, on Iowa's position that they've taken on not
I
using the
was really
curriculum?
kind of shocked initially,
Oh,
just because it's like, well, she's from Iowa. It's just a piece of history. It's not rewriting the whole entire history. I and then on the other hand, I was like, this is Iowa, so the way the
that
demographics are set up in Iowa, I could see them not wanting to teach it. But if they were to ask kids as opposed to just going by adults, kids love to learn about history.
sure.
I can even when I'm in my class, they often, ask questions about, well, why did this happen a long time ago? Well, what happened during slavery? And I teach third grade, and they want to know
Right.
those things. So I think that's a terrible choice for Iowa to even be attempting to think about trying to ban it.
Exactly. And not to get the black perspective, I mean, it's just unfathomable, especially when we're talking about being change and, and
Yeah.
introducing new ideas. Your thoughts, Quentin?
I'd like to thank Sharita for not saying what she said the first day that she found out that they weren't gonna
Oh,
kept it real
oh.
kept it real PG just in case your employer or anybody else was watching. So
Right. You, you not have to get the edited version because I
yeah, you
couldn't
gave
really
the
say
real
it.
edited version on that one. Okay. But I agree with you. And I think that history, whether it's good or bad, should be taught. And was was really weird to me is the fact that why do you want to control and take out what part of history that you don't want our youth to know? Like, who gives anybody the right to do that? History wrote itself. So who are you to try to erase history and try to pretend like it didn't happen? It just doesn't make sense to me that you would be able to do that. So that part alone, you would think like basically the people that are in charge of that would think of that before they make decisions like that. That doesn't make sense to
It's
me, you
like,
Yeah.
what
know?
are you trying to hide?
Right.
Why are you trying to hide that slavery existed? And I know the big part of it is because she mentions former presidents being slave owners. And I think
Oh,
that's a big one. They're like, oh, no, they weren't. But yeah, they were. I mean, even if you talk about Lincoln freeing the slaves, we like to say he freed them just because we wanted to, but we know that was a big financial move. That was the South
oh
was
yeah,
making
there
too
was.
much money. So I mean, those things in history are important to know, but it's always Black history that we want to suppress. We don't want to suppress any other kind of history. It's only the history of Black people that seems to come under the radar and people don't want it taught. And it makes you wonder, why? Why do you really not want us to know our history?
Right. Yeah. It's amazing because as a culture, the survival of the fittest. I mean, to even get this far seriously after all that's gone, the Black race has gone through, to maintain integrity and have people that do as well as we do, it's just amazing. So imagine if the real truth were to be told. Maybe it's just big fear, big fear that if Blacks are empowered, that they'll treat others like they were treated. That's the biggest fear, I believe. And I think it was said once. It's fortunate that you're not after um, retribution, but just equality. That's
Right.
all. So
Mhm.
yeah, especially equal under the law. That's number one right there. But back to the 1619 project, I'm hoping that things get figured out, and that it will eventually. Nothing's ever happened without a big struggle or a big fight or a lot of resistance, right?
Yes.
So
And there is a petition out. And so it's on my page. So if you're watching, go scroll down and find it and please fill that out because the
exactly.
more signatures, the less chance they have of actually banning a piece of writing, which is like so weird to me. Like it's
I
just
mean, a Pulitzer Prize winner. I mean,
Right.
what?
it's here
How?
from your state. Like literally, this
From
is
your own
from your
home
state.
state.
But
Yeah.
because every time she wins something, she's blasted all over Iowa papers like, oh, Iowa Native wins this, Iowa Native does this. And then when it comes to applying
Support.
that and supporting her work and using her work in the education field, and all of a sudden it's, oh, I mean, we like you, but we don't like you that much.
Right,
Like,
right.
which,
Yeah,
which is really
yeah,
sad. It's really sad to do that.
it
Um,
is. It is. Now listen, we got to switch gears again. I hear Quenton is going to be reading. You have this reading program. Talk about that real quick, because Quenton gets off at 4:30. We can't hold him too much
I
longer.
have a reading program. Which one are you
I
talking
asked
about?
you before the show, right? We
oh, the
want.
Black Men Read.
Oh
Yeah,
no, that's Sheritta. That's Sherita's program that she does.
right.
Tell her, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar because she basically drills Facebook with pictures that we don't know she's taking. So we got these side shots. They know
You're
when it
funny about
happens.
his
She floods
pictures.
her page. But go ahead and tell us, Sherita, about your program.
Um, I do. Actually, 2 years ago, I started the Black Men Read Week at Cunningham, and so what I did was have Black men come in and read to every single classroom, so
Hmm.
that Black students can see that Black men really do read. The first year I did it, I had maybe about 18, 19 men who volunteered, came in and read. Of course, my brother, Big Q, was one of them both years, every year. But I try to pick men in the community who are business owners, just all different types of walks that look like the people that cut their hair, the stores that they go to. They look like
Mm.
their uncles, they look like their dads, not just trying to find, then don't take this wrong, like the super old retired principals and stuff like that. Because kids these days want to see people who look like the people they see on TV. Um, Last year I had 42 men who came and volunteered and was
Wow.
like, oh, can I read?
Good.
I want to read. I want to read. So the help from just the community is amazing. Like it's so many men in our community right here in Waterloo who stepped up and was like, hey, I want to be a part of that. Um, and enjoyed it. And the kids love it because they are seeing men read. So now my little Black boys can say, Oh, it's okay for me to read. I don't have to feel like I shouldn't read or reading is bad or it's a girl thing. It's
Right.
just a amazing impact, and really the community, the men in Waterloo really help out a lot because they're the ones who come in and show up and show out and read to the kids, and
Wow.
Sharita, you
actually
got
they
a
end up
tear?
liking
Is
it,
that
I
a
think.
tear, Sharita, coming out your eye?
Oh,
What's up?
no,
You not
that is
emotional?
You know,
that
you
is
know, I'm
very sexy,
unemotional,
though.
I know,
brother.
but I
No,
seen that
no
little
new
eye
me.
watering up over there on the screen.
You know how I feel about reading and books and
I
stuff.
know.
So, you know, like I really do appreciate everybody that come out and read, like for real, because people don't have to take their time. And I get some people who don't usually be in that light who also appreciate it. And yes, I do come around and stand in the doorway and snap a picture of you authentically reading. So you're not going to get a good fresh pose. It's not
Oh,
Authentically.
he's very camera shy. You know that, and you know how modest he is. So he showing his SoulTown picture and everything. So
right.
you know
Like,
that
let
all
me see that picture before you post it. Which one are you posting to me? I need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, I want to just thank you guys both for being on the show. And Big Q, I see that your shop is open, and you know that's still running smoothly on the weekends. You want to go ahead and tell us your hours, or do you have a
Oh,
website?
12 to 9, Friday and Saturdays for now until we get everything figured out. Right now, my son, Junior, Lil Q, is there until I get there. And then I'll be there for the rest of the night and on Saturday. So it's kind of more or less just like a little part-time job now, almost like a hobby. We working on it though. We're about to make some improvements, and we have a show coming up soon, and
Yes,
we will announce we have some. Remember, I told you I got a couple more things in the making, so we're going to talk about the new improvement we're making and the moves we're making moving forward and different things like that. So
we'll get to come to your shop again. I think it's what
yeah.
next week or 2 weeks from now, something like
Oh,
that.
I didn't know it was that soon.
It's soon. It's
It's
like in
March.
March.
Yeah, it's in March. Yeah. But I'll be ready. You know, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna have that spread ready for you. I'm gonna have your fresh fruit. I'm gonna have your fresh fruit and everything else you need there when you get there.
Okay. It sounds great. So inviting. Well, thank you so much. And Sharita, I just want to say it's so wonderful that you've initiated this Black Men Read program. I just love that idea. And it's so good to give back and do something that makes us all look good. You know, magnifies, you know, black love, black life, and all the things that really matter, like reading and education and support, you know. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, indeed. We want to remind our viewers that Chaveevah will be back next week. And tonight we have India's Friday Runway, which is featuring Ashley Joy Cosmetics. So you can find out all about that cosmetic life and get some great tips. India sent me some questions. It's going to be a great show. So make sure you tune in for that. Travis, and you know what? Who wants to sing? Quenton, you want to sing happy birthday to our birthday people? And I'm one of them.
Oh, for sure. But I got to do the Stevie Wonder version. Is that okay? And you got to help me, Sharita.
Oh, you know I can't sing at all. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up on YouTube. We can play it.
All right, pull it up and play it, and we'll sing with it. Can you do it fast enough? You know we got like 2 minutes left.
You're punching that clock.
I'm good. I'm off work now. I'm cool.
Okay, so wait. The thing is, I have to say the birthday people, and yeah, if you would sing, because only one person can only talk at once, so you'll get to sing, Quenton.
Oh, wow. You just put me on the spot like that.
We don't have to.
Yeah, I'm going to have to decline. You're not going to have my scratchy voice on here. I'll participate with everybody else, but...
But aren't you the one that told me you love to be put on the spot? That's what I was trying to do.
Not in the world of R&B, I don't.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I want to tell our viewers we're going to have another show since Travis didn't show up. and Quenton won't sing. We're going to have a whole nother show this weekend with our $50 giveaway, and Chaveevah will be back, and we'll just do it all then. So watch for us.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Since we got stood up today and Travis isn't here and Chaveevah isn't here.
Yeah, I know. I wanted you to meet Travis too.
I know Travis.
But you did such a great promo for him last week on the spot.
Yeah,
you know?
and he didn't show up. So you know what he should do next week? Double up. Make it $100 card since he wasn't here to give out that $50 card this week. You agree, Sheritta? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so.
And then that'll get more people on here, and now it's $100 out there.
You heard that, Travis? Big Q said give away 100. We're spending your money. We like that, okay? And you keep doing what makes you guys awesome, okay? And thank you so much for joining us today. Do you have anything else you'd like to say before we close out?
Nope. Thank you for having me.
Yep, thank you for having me. I stayed a little longer than what I was supposed to, but since it wasn't nobody, since it was just you two, I just hung out with you. So I appreciate the company.
You're so gracious and kind. Thank you. And likewise, we appreciate you. All right, we'll talk to you next time, and thanks for joining us. Keep doing what makes you awesome like Big Q and Sheritta, because you're making us all look good. See you next time.